Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I have my weekly wrap up today. I'm only like a day late. It's Monday today. But I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to share. I have a bit though, but I feel like most of it is like haul related. I hope that's okay. So I have been working on things, but I can't show them to you quite yet. One is a design team project and the other is like just something that is for someone else, so I have to wait a little bit. But I will be starting some more stuff. I do have a few things planned for this week, probably making some ephemera and that kind of thing. So I'm going to start today with the bitty bit of stitching that I've gotten done, and actually just by snipping this little thread that's going to make me bananas because I forgot to snip my threads. So this is my 52 tags handmade for week 16, I think. It could be 15 or it could be 16, but it was about like seed stitching and leaving these circles kind of as like negative space. So can I tell you, this took forever. Like, I guess because I'm making these tags so big, other people are making these bitty little guys, but I'm making these big tags because I want big tags. So I used for this, I'm sorry, the same person always phones me when I'm filming. I don't know why. So I used actually some space kind of themed fabric that was actually an old hoodie from my son when he was 6 months old, and I thought it'd be a nice way to use a bit of that fabric. I try to make a lot of things out of my kids' old clothes because he just keeps phoning. And so yeah, because I'm trying to like use things up and yeah. Anyways, so this was all about like seed stitching and leaving these negative circles, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I used some glittery gold kind of floss in a few places, and then the rest was like a DMC, like more taupey kind of color on top of this. And so yeah, I'm pretty happy about it, and I love how it feels. This is going to be a really nice collection of tags to have once they're done. Like, I'm really excited about that. So I'm just going to pop this down in my tag basket. Then other stitching. So I'm working on a knitting project that I'm not making any progress on at all. I haven't touched it this week. It's the blanket that I showed you in my last wrap up. Sorry, I apparently don't snip threads. And then I have a crochet project, which I'll show you next. But I also made this little bag out of like leftover Star Wars fabric. And it's just a little project bag, and I made it for my current crochet project, but it ended up being too little, so I had to make another bag. So this is a little bag for a little project in another universe. So next this is the next bag that I made, a big one, so big that it barely fits on camera, but it's this really super cute fabric with all these little woodland creatures, and I've been hoarding it for quite some time. I popped a zipper in the top, so it's a nice like zipper bag, and what it holds is what I've been working on, that I've been focusing a lot of my time on this week when I have it, my Adinda's World Dahlia cushion. So I have completed the inner and like the bottom and the top, like the cushion part, right? Like I have to weave in this thread. But so here are the cushion back and then the cushion front that I'm just getting started. So this has a little bit, I probably could have increased a little more because I'm getting a little bit of a dome shape here, but like a little bit of like a concaveness, which for a pillow, is not a problem. It actually might just be normal that it does that. So admittedly, there are a couple of little wonky spots in this, okay? So I'm gonna admit I have not crocheted using a pattern really a lot in my crochet history. I'm more of a freeform crocheter. So every now and then I get a little, you know, it's not as automatic to me as I'd like it to be, but it's really, really getting there now, I gotta say. I'm gonna make a bunch of these, but the reason I'm not upset, I would have pulled back if this was going to be visible, but it's not going to be. Like, I'm literally going to be making this this huge floral pattern. Like, I'll show you what this is going to look like, right? You're not going to see any of those base stitches anyways, even like maybe just the edge So I'm not upset about it at all. But the next one's going to look a lot nicer. And the nice thing is that I've realized I'm going to be able to get 2 of these size cushions out of one color of yarn, like one of the balls of yarn. So you have to knit 2 strands, or sorry, crochet 2 strands together. So you need two balls of the yarn that I'm using, which is like Stylecraft DK. It's an acrylic yarn that I'm purposely using because this is a pillow. So this morning I finished up the scalloped edges and this decorative trim. And next I get to start on the center and start making the petals for the flowers. So I'm pretty excited about this. And I have to say the instructions so far have been good in the pattern. And the yarn itself is nice to use. It's not having any problems with being splitty or pilly or anything like that. So I'm really enjoying the project, to be honest. I've had to kind of like look up how to do certain stitches as I go, just because again, I'm not like a huge pattern reader when it comes to crochet, but I'm getting there. So what's next? I think that's all my stitching. I haven't done a lot of cross stitch this week, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot. I'll show you a couple of paper things that I'm working on though, that I can show you. So I had a video this week about making with botanical things like found nature objects. So I've just Mod Podged down some of these skeleton leaves onto this paper, and it's all curly right now, but I'm going to be affixing it down and pressing it and making some ephemera with it. So that is on the list of things. And then this is a book cover that I'm working on that is really fun. It is birch bark. Probably, if you saw my video, I think it was my last weekly wrap-up video where I talked about being out on my porch listening to rap music and like shearing all of the bark off of a bunch of birch logs that I had. So here's part of the reason why. So I've been working away on this, and I've got to say it has such a great feel to it. I love it so much. So yeah, this is a book in progress. You'll probably see more of it a bit later. I'm just kind of getting started on it. Okay, so next is literally just my haul. Okay, so first I want to talk about absolutely beautiful books, just beautiful books that I got this week. This one I was enabled to buy from watching Stitch Roadies. Yeah, FlossTube Stitch Roadies. So let me show you a little bit of this book. I'm just going to back out a little bit. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. So this is Fables and Fairy Tales to Cross Stitch, French Charm for Your Stitch Work by Veronique Angigé. So this book has blown my mind. Okay, so it's from Schiffer Publishing. It is so beautiful. So it's all like fairy tale stories, and it does have some recommended projects for these cross stitch patterns, but it's all fables and fairy tales, and that is so much me. Oh my gosh. And it's very simple and beautifully put together. So here we have the picture, the finished project of the frog and the ox, then the pattern right here. All the DMC floss colors are down here. And I'll just do a quick little like show of what's in here. The ant and the grasshopper, the fox and the stork, the fox and the crow, the milkmaid and her pail, the wolf and the lamb, the fisherman and the little fish, the city mouse and the country mouse. So you see where I'm going with this. So I won't show you all of them. Now I'm just going to kind of go. There are some beautiful French ones, like, you know, with French words, but you also could, if you didn't want the French, you could put whatever language of your choosing down here. You could look up stitching lettering online. Like, it's very easy, honestly. Beauty and the Beast, Little Red Riding Hood. I'm skipping like 5 to 10 pages at a time. Peter and the Wolf, Alice in Wonderland, and there they show it like on a little basket. Let's Dance the Nasturtium Dance, Sweet Poppy Ladies. I love this one. I think I'll do it for my son. It's A Clair de la Lune, and my son's middle name is Moon. Yeah, there's a sampler. 1, 2, 3 will go into the woods. Very cute. A green mouse. So then at the back of the book is where they give you some project instructions, so techniques and tips and stuff like that. So I am enthralled by this book so much. So there are in this book 44 cross-stitch patterns that are a traditional style of France with a charming contemporary simplicity. So I love that. You know, French storytelling, like and the style, it's really just its own thing, and it's really lovely. And then there are also 22 projects to show off your stitch work. So I am probably going to jump into this as soon as I get like one more thing done. Maybe it's a toss-up between that and one of my Stitchy Princess projects. I don't know. I want to have like all these things on the needles, but I might jump into like a small one from in here. Oh, Hansel and Gretel, beautiful. But yeah, there are some smalls in here. I didn't show them, but they do have like little bitty ones that you can do a bunch of and put them together. I saw it somewhere in here, but anyhow, amazing book. Definitely recommend it. Then the second book that I got is Poetic Cloth by Hannah Lamb, Creating Meaning in Textile Art. And I just got this book just kind of like I needed some I wanted to feel like inspiration. And I met a personal goal this week, so it was kind of my reward to myself. So this book, first of all, the cover is this incredibly soft cloth. Like you just want to cuddle it. It's hard to explain. It's very soft. Excuse me. Sneezies. So this book, it is about basically like touch, cloth and swatch, stitch, mark, surface, space, trace, layer, shadow play, fragment, imperfect, threadbare, cobweb, mend, patch, seam, darn, luster, patina, alchemy, and a conclusion. And they talk about fire burn testing and further reading and suppliers for different cloths. So this is just truly about like textiles and cloth and, you know, ways that you can use it, dyeing, stitching, mark making, you know, and they feature some really incredible artists. There's a lot of surface design, a lot of slow stitching, yeah, using space in different ways, transparent cloth, yeah, so cyanotope, you know, just lots of fun stuff. And I'm going to be doing some cyanotope really soon. Actually, I have the materials to do some. It's been quite some time since I've done cyanotope, so I'm pretty excited to do it. I was also noticing, I took a workshop online with Irit Dolman a while ago. She's like really a pioneer of eco-printing, and I took her monochromatic printing class, and she's now going to be offering another one that's more like a colorful eco-printing class, botanical dyeing or something it's called. Pretty excited about that. She just put out the video like introducing it. Okay, so let me grab what's next. It's kind of heavy. So, you know, we're still in lockdown here where I am, and we're not able to do any thrifting or anything like that, but I can still do estate auctions online. And so that's what I've been looking at lately for different things. I have very like simple intentions about what I'm looking for online, because I'm, you know, planning to move, not trying to acquire a lot of things, but I wanted, like, for the longest time, one of those vintage arborite tables that are like glittery on top, and I specifically wanted like the aqua color or like a baby pink color for my kitchen. And so it had two reasons. One was aesthetic, the other was because I needed a small table for the small sort of side area of my kitchen that I could have breakfast with my kids in the morning, and it had to be durable for crafting, and we didn't always have to go in the dining room to eat meals. And so it was kind of like a multi-purpose thing that I wanted. So last year sometime I found an arborite table on Facebook Marketplace, but it was like cherry red. And so I picked it up anyways because I like them, and I, was like, oh well, I can't find an aqua colored one. They do make like not vintage, like reproduction ones, but they're hundreds of dollars, and I'm not spending that. It's more utilitarian instead of fancy to me. So I look at the original price tags of these tables and I'm like, I think my parents probably bought one for $20 when I was a kid. So anyhow, this week I was just scrolling away on my phone, going through auctions, and there in a weird auction of like, like those Amazon Prime return palette kind of things, like they have auctions to buy mystery boxes. And so I'm not interested at all in that, but I'm just scrolling through all these weird goods, like packages of socks, packages of chocolate bars. And then I see this, the only vintage thing in the whole auction, and it's this table, and it's arborite, and it's aqua and glittery, and it's about 2 inches smaller, the whole diameter all the way around, than the one that I have, which is so perfect for my kitchen. So that's what started it, was this table, and I got it for $10. Hello. So then I started just looking at auctions, and I found some vintage books. Some of them aren't in great condition. Actually, most of them aren't, and some of them aren't all that interesting, but I want them for, some of them the covers, and some of them the amazing paper inside. So this is the first one, the Universal Ready Reference Library. It is a chunky chunkos book. It's huge, and I like this cover. I'd probably use it. I'd restore it and use it. But look at the patina on these pages. I don't know if my light is really losing it, but they're nice, and they're brown, and they're like very patinaed from age, and they're beautiful. Let me see if the year is in here. Probably is. 1952. So yeah, it's a lovely book. So that's the first one, and I got a good stack here. This one I thought was really charming, the Boy Scouts Roll of Honor by Eric Wood. It's actually been sewn together with like embroidery thread or something. It's been stitched, the front and back, so someone with little to no experience restoring books has gotten their hands on it, I guess, but it is completely out of its cover. It's completely out. It's from 1914, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Somebody with a sense of humor had this at some point. Some brave patrol leaders, they said, they crossed it out and wrote petrol eaters. So some probably teenager has gotten a hold of this book at some point, but I've got to say this cottony old paper is just beautiful. It really is. I don't know how I will use this book yet. I'm not sure. Let me know if you think this would make an interesting journal cover, because it's very restorable. It's like I could restore this no problem whatsoever. It's actually structurally really great. The spine I would need to completely replace, but I could laminate this onto it without an issue. And some of these aren't as interesting as others. This is the University of Buffalo College of Arts and Sciences, and it's a program of like their school. I don't even know that it's all that old, to be honest. Actually 1957. It's just in very good shape. So I don't know what I'll do with that. And then this one is the Concise Oxford Dictionary. So I like having a few dictionaries. I like to pull words out of them, So this is from 1960, I think. That's the last year I see mentioned. And it's got that nice thin paper. So it's a big chunky dictionary, a little fat one. And then this is the thing I'm the most excited about, this records book. It is old. I'm not sure if the year is written in it. Here we go, July 10th, 1953. So the entire thing is sketches and drawings, writing, all different stuff. It's just like a handwritten like list book and lots of illustrations kind of. And I don't know, like, this person, I almost wonder. Now, Molly Dean, vocalist. So someone was doing all sorts of things like dictation, writing out lists of things. But yeah, it's really nice. Like the whole thing is just sort of different lists, and there's some psalms that are written out, like Bible study, I guess. And then like some ledgers and some poems and some, like, I don't know, more study poetry. Like, haven't honestly looked through the whole thing. Like, that's so cool. Because this paper was there, it left a mark. This is for margarine contest. So I think it's a poem that someone wrote for like probably a contest on television from a margarine contest, maybe to win something. Lots of blank pages too. And then this is The Underdog, a poem. And some more like different kinds of notes. Pretty cool though. Yeah, so that one's got me pretty excited. So let me grab the next one. Okay, so the next one is Maid of Honor by Jean Randall, and it's an orange book. Has a nice little book plate in front, like a kind of a religious scene, I think. And it is from 1936, and it's again those nice cottony pages. It also has nice large text, so if I wanted to take some of the words out, I could. And this is Waterloo College and Associate Faculties, 1958 to 1959, Faculty of Arts announcement. So it's again like a school program. And then this poor sad soul. This book, the cover is completely, the book cloth is pulled off totally, exposing this sad cover underneath. This is the back cover. There's some things written in the back. Yeah, this is a sad old book. The front and the back are both like written in 1929. So this book is A Minimum Course in Rhetoric, from 1926. So that's pretty cool. That would be nice in like collage, probably some of it. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd probably get rid of the cover and just use the insides. And then this one is, I've seen these before, the Ontario Readers. This is the second reader. Authorized by the Minister of Education. Price 5 cents. So this is like a children's or a reading book, a reader from a while ago. Looks like someone cut something out of the front page. This is from, let's see. I don't know if it has the year here. It's definitely been written in a bit. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have the year, but oh, that's a cool illustration of a maple seed. Yeah, so it's got some nice like fruit, flower, root, how the winds blow, Aesop fables, a lazy frog, shapes of snowflakes, grandmama. So it's actually got some nice things in it. These books can be kind of hit or miss, but this one looks quite nice. It's got some Who Stole the Bird's Nest, Will and the Bee. Like some nice stories in it, and probably some nice illustrations too. So yeah, that's a nice little reader. No idea on the year though, it doesn't have it. And then this one, Ontario High School History of England. And Walter B. has written his name on the front here. 85 cents. And it's been written in 1928. People wrote in this book. I guess people were always as silly and sarcastic. They've drawn in like a goatee and funny eyebrows. 1927 on this book. So yeah, it's like an English history book. And this is Selected Latin Readings. I remember taking Latin in high school. I don't know if they still offer Latin in schools, but hopefully, because you learn a lot about a lot of languages. So this is 1953. You know, because Latin-based languages, right? You can learn a lot about the structure of language with Latin. So that's cool. A New World Geography for Canadian Schools. Let's see. Don't see the year in this one. Oh, there we go, 1952. Yeah, so this is like a geography book. Some of these I'm not sure that I'll keep. We'll see. Some of them I may not have much use for, to be honest. Life and Literature. I think I paid $3 for this whole stack of books, so I'm not heartbroken if some of them aren't, you know, useful to me. 1937. And it is like a bunch of stories and maybe some poems, some illustrations. And the last one is this one, and I really love this, The Composition from Models. Toronto, the Cop Clark Company Limited. I really just love the this text, and I think I would definitely use this for a journal. It's a really nice little size. Like it's a, I don't know, it's nice in the hands. Oh wow, look at that. Collegiate girls. Huh. So let's see here. No year yet. Maybe, I think I skipped a page. Let's see. No, I don't see the year. But again, this was another Toronto published book, content. So it talks about a lot of different things, actually. Exteriors of buildings, letters. It's all about like compositions, like pretty cool. Interesting stuff. Speeches, argumentative expositions, interpolation. Oh wow, I love the writing style, the handwriting that whoever was writing in here had. Dexterity equals artful. That's true. It's nice to find these kind of old notes in books. Let's see if there's anything written in the back here. There's a drawing. Why I prefer the two old lovers to the squire's story. Yeah, I don't know what date this would be, but it's quite interesting. Very cool book. So I think that's everything that I have to show you. It was a productive week. I did all sorts of stuff. Maybe I'll share some videos from my walks or whatnot at the beginning of the video. We'll see where I go with this. But I hope that you are doing really, really well. I'm doing good, and I will be back soon with some kind of making video. And thanks again for hanging out. All my social media information is down below in the description box. I'd love it if you subscribe. Leave me a little comment, say hello, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks for now. Bye.